Today's result.
I think that today's result was a great result because Shanklin it's been well sort of documented, well known that they've been struggling for a goalkeeper, and I've spoken to their coaches and that, and they've said the same thing for games. And what I was really keen to do today is kind of obviously exploit the fact that they haven't got a recognised goalkeeper in there, but the two goalkeepers that they played did really well, didn't discredit themselves at all. And I'd like to sort of say that the result isn't because of goalkeeping errors or anything like that. It's because of the performance that Chichester have put in today. It's not anything to do with the fact that they haven't had the right personnel on the pitch, because I think they have. So yeah, the result's very, very pleasing. It's always pleasing to start the season with a win, and a convincing win today is a good start for us.
So how do you feel the team performed today? What parts of the game were most important for you today?
I think we performed really well. I said to them in pre-season all the time that it's not about results in pre-season when you're playing games and things like that. It's about performances, it's about getting minutes under your belts, etc, etc. And then I have to change that mentality today, because when you start playing competitive games and you play your first league game, it is all about results, and it's all about making sure we get 3 points on the board early on and have a good start, and they've done well. Particularly, things that really, really please me is that things that we've been working on in pre-season, so moving the ball quickly around the pitch and making the other team work quite hard, and I think we've done that today.
What would you feel the areas for improvement were from this game to take to the Southampton match?
So going into the Southampton game, we know that Southampton, we've played them quite a few times, obviously in different league competitions and what have you. We know they're going to be physical. However, we know Shanklin are physical as well. We know they'll be up for a battle, and we know it's a bit of a South Coast rivalry for us. But I think we've equipped ourselves quite well today with the physicality of the game. A couple of things we need to work on perhaps, but maybe that's just coaches being perfectionists and almost want the perfect performance. I don't know if you're ever going to get that, but there's things we'll definitely be working on before we play Southampton.
What do you think of Amy and Challen's performance for today?
I thought they were both fantastic. Shanklin is something very special in our league, in the ladies' game, because she's a left-footed player who plays at left back, equally comfortable getting forward. She caused them a lot of problems going forward today with her running, and she was fantastic at doing that, but equally happy to get herself back into position to defend. I think she does that brilliantly. Amy, I think she starting to work really, really hard now in that centre midfield, where it's a bit hustle and bustle, and today it was a very hustle and bustle, because our midfield four came up against midfield five, which sometimes meant they were a bit outnumbered, but she worked really, really hard to ensure that she kept hold of the ball, played the right passes, played passes that ask questions of not just their defenders but our attackers. Are they making the right runs? All those sorts of things. So yeah, we're very pleased with both of them too today, but pleased with the whole squad. They all played very well.
Who do you feel else performed very well for you apart from them, Amy and Shannon?
I think that when we brought our two substitutes on, we brought three substitutes on, but when we brought on Shannon and Callie and we changed our top two, they played very, very well together, those two, Shannon and Callie, and I think a lot of that was down to the hard work of Rachel and Jade, and the fact that the defence for Shanklin have been made to think a lot, made to run around a lot, made to exert a lot of energy, and I'm not sure they had a lot of energy left by the time that we can put impactful players like Shannon and Callie on, and you put them on, and that's fantastic. I think I think Shannon and Callie did well when they came on. I think Jade and Rachel worked very well together up top. I think Becky, we almost overlook Becky sometimes, but she just gives us that constant good performance. She's a sort of constant 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 player every single week, and that's quite easy to look over sometimes because you just expect it from her, but she's done brilliantly. And Sally is another very rare find in women's football, in goalkeeping, in that she's quite comfortable with the ball at her feet. She can kick it well, she commands her box well, and for long periods of today she's not had a lot to do, but when she was called into action she was ready, and that's really, really good to see for us.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.